Hello and welcome to MTG Burgeoning, your channel for all things magic. In this video, we are going to add the next 10 creature cards with mana values of 8 or more into our Momir Vig Cube. Greetings and salutations to the MTG BC. You are the MTG Burgeoning community. Welcome back to another installment of our ongoing Momir Vig Cube Series. If you are unfamiliar with the goals or purpose of this series, or just need a refresher, you can fish around in the description below for the link to MTG Burgeoning's introduction to the Momir Vig Cube. And while you're down there casting your line in nice calm waters, you can also click the link to Cube Cobra, where you can view the entire contents of the cube as it stands right now. So for today, we've got 10 creature cards with mana values of 8 or more heading into the Momir Vig Cube. A quick side note about Tier 8 of our cube, there are 100, or should I say there will be 100 cards, 100 creature cards in the Tier 8 of our Momir Vig Cube. 1 out of every 3 of these cards have a mana value greater than 8. So you have a 1 in 3 shot of summoning a copy of a creature that has a higher mana value than the 8 you put into the avatar onto your side of the battlefield. So let's see how many of those creatures are going to show up in this video today. We begin with a mono blue Stormtide Leviathan. It's an 8/8 with Island Walk, which means it's unblockable if defending player controls an island. We're always talking about how you need to diversify your land bases and make sure that your basic land library has as many different colors as possible. Well, here's one way we're going to punish someone for doing that. And even if they don't have islands, Stormtide Leviathan will make all lands islands in addition to their other types. So even if they don't have islands, we're still swinging in for 8 unblockable damage. And guess what? Creatures that don't have flying or don't have island walk, they are not going to be able to attack. Although there are many creature cards with flying in the cube, not many have island walk. So Stormtide Leviathan is going to come down, and its lucky controller should end up being able to win the game shortly thereafter. All right, here we have the first of back-to-back colorless creature cards with mana values north of 8. The first is Sun Crusher, a 3/3 with Sunburst, which means this creature comes into play with a +1/+1 counter on it for each color of mana used to pay its cost. So if you are fortunate enough to jam 1 color of every mana possible into casting this, it's going to come down with 5 +1/+1 counters. We can pay 4, tap this, remove a +1/+1 counter from Sun Crusher to destroy target creature. In Momir Vig, creature removal is as valuable as it could possibly be because there are no instant or sorcery spells. It's all creatures all the time. We can also pay 2 generic mana to remove a +1/+1 counter from Sun Crusher to return it to our hand. We don't ever want to do that because once the token copy of a creature summoned from the Momir Vig Cube leaves the battlefield, like all other tokens, it ceases to exist. So what we're looking at here is hopefully a lot of +1/+1 counters that we can pay for, tap, remove 1 at a time to destroy target creature after target creature. All right, next up we have Tika's Dragon, a 5/5 that counts as a dragon. Yeah, we're going back to the days of Mirage for this one. It's a 5/5 with Flying, Trample, and Rampage 4. The Rampage 4 is an old school mechanic that gives this creature +4/+4 for each creature that's blocking it after the first one. So if you're going to try to kill this creature with 2 or 3 additional creatures with flying and or reach, each one after the first is going to give Tika's Dragon +4/+4, and good luck trying to knock that out of the game through combat blocking. Creature number 4, the Terastodon, a 9/9 elephant that when it ETBs, we destroy 3 target non-creature permanents. Of course, those non-creature permanents are going to be lands, because, let's face it, everything else is creatures. Well, maybe there might be the occasional rock made by Tago or clue token from Tireless Tracker, but more often than not, we're going to be searching for lands to destroy. Are we going to destroy our own lands? Maybe we could, because each land that we destroy, its controller creates a 3/3 green elephant creature token. And again, creatures in Momir Vig, well, they are going to win us the game, or they're not. All right, now another creature with a mana value north of 8, we have the Tarask. It's a 10/10 that has haste and ward as long as it was cast. And whenever the Tarask attacks, it fights target creature defending player controls. There we go again, some more potential creature removal. Next up, a mono blue Biggin with flying and trample and a mana value north of 8. It is the Unspeakable, a 6/7 that whenever it deals combat damage to a player, the rest of the text is meaningless because there are no spirit or arcane spells in the graveyard, only lands. Next up, it is Thrasta, Tempest's Roar. It's a 7/7, and the spell reduction does not matter because we can only generate 1 summoning of the Momir from the Momir Vig Cube per turn. So it's a 7/7 with trample and haste. Trampling over planeswalkers doesn't matter in this format. And Thrasta Tempest's Roar has hexproof as long as it enters the battlefield this turn. So the first time it comes into play, you're looking at a 7/7 trampler with haste and hexproof. Next up, we have a mono blue edition. It is Tidal Kraken, a 6/6 unblockable Kraken. Creature number 9 is the Tidespout Tyrant, a 5/5 Djinn with flying that whenever we cast a spell, we return target permanent to its owner's hand. If that permanent happens to be a token copy of a creature summoned from the Momir Vig Cube, then guess what, folks? That token ceases to exist. And we get that just by jamming mana into our avatar and summoning a creature to our side of the battlefield. The Tidespout Tyrant should lead its summoner to victory. And to close out this video, we have creature number 10. It is another creature with a mana value north of 8. It is Titanith Rex. It's just going to be an 11/11 trampler because we will not be able to cycle this because it's randomly summoned from the Momir Vig Cube. An 11/11 trample in this format for 8 mana, and it's a 9 overall. That's going to lead to some very, very quick games. All right, there you have it, MTG BC. 10 more creature cards with mana values of 8 or more heading into the cube. Let me know your favorites in the comment section below. This is MTG Burgeoning, your channel for all things